The real issue was the bag that I was carrying. It contained a laptop and I think headphones. Yeah, these headphones, they were in the bag. So yeah, I was carrying both of these, and I'll explain it to you how it actually affected the process. Everyone, my name is Aditya Singh, and recently I've been issued an F1 visa from the US Embassy. So let's get started. So my location for the biometrics was Delhi. The date was 20th of May, and my slot was in the 8:30 a.m. time. So I reached about half an hour early. I reached around 8 a.m. and the first thing I saw is a lot of crowd with a lot of documentation and stuff. I took a small video of that, and I'll see if it's feasible to add that in this video or not. But yeah, so as soon as I reached, it took about 15 minutes for me to gain entry into the metro, where through the security checks where they see your slot and they allow you to get inside. So the address to reach the actual place or location is fairly simple. If you reach Delhi, you probably are going to book any hotel, maybe an OYO, maybe you're going to live at your friend's house. So what I would suggest you is to just use cabs, like take Ola or Uber, and in the location, like in the destination, just go and type US VAC, Visa Application Center. So, and once you type that, you'll get the full address as Shivaji Stadium Metro Station at concourse level, and it's located in the Connaught Place area. So double check that once you're into the application, and then you're all set to go. It'll cost, like if you're coming from Mahipalpur or something where I was staying, it'll cost you around 250 to 350 rupees depending on what time you go. And let's just start with the documentation required for this. So there's a lot of there is a lot of people asking me, what kind of documentation do you need for this? So there's only one answer to this. There's only 3 documentation that you need on your biometrics day, which is your passport, DS-160 confirmation, and your visa appointment confirmation. These are the only 3 things that were checked from me, like when I reached there, and I'm hoping it's the same for everyone. Like as far as I could see, there was no other documentation required. But even though it was only 3 documents and I was aware of it, I still took my entire folder, because why not? And yeah, you can do that, like if you want to feel confident, but you can take those 3 documents as well. It can work either way. So yeah, the entire process took around 35 minutes, but that is due to some of the issue that I faced, like based on what I did. So one thing that I never found out and nobody told me is that there are some kind of restrictions when you go for VAC. So when I went and I reached Delhi, I assumed that I can just go inside with my bag or whatever clothing I can wear or anything. So clothing is not actually an issue. You can wear whatever you want to wear. So I was just wearing a shirt and jeans, like this normal. And the real issue was the bag that I was carrying. It contained a laptop and I think headphones. Yeah, these headphones, they were in the bag. So yeah, I was carrying both of these, and I'll explain it to you how it actually affected the process. Like it didn't affect the decision of it, but it delayed my process by a little. So this is how it goes. I've made a timeline here just to explain it to you how it goes for everyone once you reach the VAC appointment center. And the first thing you do is you go through the metro entrance once your slot comes. Like if your slot is, let's say 10 a.m. so you probably are gonna enter 15 minutes before that they don't allow you to go. So first you enter the metro. After that, there'll be a queue next to the VAC check area. Like there's just there are 2 floors you have to go down. There's escalators, so it's at the concourse level, which apparently is 2 floors underground. Once you reach that, you're gonna see one queue of people standing, and there'll be security and stuff like that. So I went into that queue and I stood there for about like say 7 minutes or something. So there was a lady who checked my documents with a pencil. That was the first check. Then there was some lady checking it with marker. That was the second check. And just remember that I saw some people making this mistake, that after getting it checked with pencil, they were just trying to enter the room, like just skipping the people who are checking with markers. So when the security reads your documents again, when they check it, they see that if it's written with pencil, they are not allowed. Like you guys won't be allowed if you're going with your pencil checks. So get your checks done through the marker as well, hopefully. So it's like a sketch pen, like they'll just take all the details, they just check if it's everything is right or not. Apart from that, you'll also see that after these two checks, you'll just go and join another queue to the left side of the entrance, and that's where the next security check comes in, and they check if you're wearing a mask or not, and they check other stuff as well, like again the same documentation. So the first mistake that I saw people making were they were not wearing masks. Few people were not wearing masks, and there is no way that you're gonna enter that room without wearing mask. So what happened for me is, in my experience, the lady in front of me was not wearing mask. She didn't even have a mask to begin with. So the security guy very politely explained it to her that it's not possible for her to enter the VAC. Obviously that doesn't mean her like it's a big issue. It's just that the suggestion that was made to her by the security guard was to just go up and buy a mask, because when you're in the queue over there, you don't need to panic, because there's a mask seller. They've placed their business correctly, and they're going to be selling you mask while you're waiting for your time and your slot to enter. And once you get your mask, obviously you're good to go, but then there's another check. So once you enter that door, there'll be a metal detector, security guard with that metal detecting handle kind of thing, and that's where I got stuck personally. So what I was there, I had my documents folder, I had my backpack. So I went there and I stood in front of him. So I was expecting him to just let me go inside, because everyone was able to go. But when I was standing in front of him, he asked me this question, like, does your bag have laptop or headphones? And my bag was having laptop and headphones. So I said, yes, it does. So he asked me, like, you have to go outside and you have to give it to someone who you've come with, like, let's say your parent or your friend. And I was solo that day. So what I had to do was I had to walk outside. There's this red color counter right opposite to the entrance that you just entered, and that's where they take your baggage for like 200 rupees. So that's another small mistake that could be avoided if you watch this video. Obviously you're not gonna take your laptop and your headphones with you like me. And yeah, so two mistakes that you can avoid during this process is, first is carrying your mask because it's mandatory. Second is carry your luggage, but don't carry like any heavy electronics like headphones or laptop or anything. Try to avoid that. Just everything else is fine, I think. So once I submitted my backpack, and then I went back, and then I did the entire process again, and then right after that I entered another queue where they were issuing tokens. So I grabbed one token, and then I joined another queue which was supposed to lead me to the counters where I think the biometrics were taking place. They were gonna take your fingerprints and your picture and everything. So in that line I gave my token, and then I got a counter. I think it was counter number 12. I'm not sure exactly. So I went to that counter, and I remember them asking my name, date of birth, and then the picture was taken, and then the biometrics were done. They check our documents and just give it back to you, and that's it, you're done. Like once that is done, it's all over. And just before that, when you are grabbing your token, you'll notice that they will paste a sticker on your passport. Okay, so that sticker is not just for that day, that's for your visa interview as well. Do not remove that. It's pretty evident that you're not supposed to remove that, and it's still there on my passport. I don't know where my passport is, but yeah, here it is. So yeah, I just cover it, like there's this sticker like this. So yeah, it's on the back of your passport, and don't remove it, obviously. Done with my VAC, and it was fine. It took like half an hour at best. You need your mask. It's good to have someone if you have a bag or something, like with laptop or headphones. I'll share more details later, but yeah, the process is fine. Got my document back and got them stamped and everything. So yeah, do not do that. And once you're done, that's it. That's the VAC experience. And if there's any questions, doubts, or anything that you want me to talk about, I saw a lot of people there, and it was a fairly smooth process. But one thing that I felt like was misleading like until I actually did it myself, was that everyone I talked to about the VAC, everyone told me that it's just a 5-minute process. It's a 5-minute process, but I think it depends on the crowd that has come that day. So for me, it took more than half an hour, and even excluding the time in which I had to go and give my bag to submit my bag over there. Even excluding that, it took more than half an hour. It takes a while, but it's a fairly straightforward and a simple process, provided that you have your 3 documents, which are passport, DS-160 confirmation, and your visa appointment confirmation. So I guess that's about it. That's my entire experience. I've told you 2 mistakes that you need to avoid while doing it, and I've also shared the entire thing, how it goes down. And one tip that I would like to add is just to reach early, like just reach 15 minutes early, because that's all it takes. Like for visa interview, it's a little bit different, which I'll make another video on, but for the VAC, just reach 15 minutes early. That's it. You don't have to reach an hour early or a half an hour early, but just to be safe, you can reach half an hour early as well if you feel comfortable doing that. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.